Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to Torchwood. As you guys know, I have been really loving season 1 so far, and I'm kind of interested. We're nearing the end of the season, so I'm interested to kind of see whether we're gonna have some... I'm just interested to see how the season's going to end. Is there going to be some grand epic finale? Is it more just going to be standalone stories? Just to kind of, I'm interested to see kind of what the vibe of like each season of Torchwood is going to be. So I'm kind of excited for that. But nonetheless, I'm excited for it anyway, because you guys know that I'm falling madly in love with these characters, and I'm really excited to watch more. All right, let's get started.
Apologies for the unplanned touchdown.
What is this, Agent Carter?
I'm Jack Harkins.
Diane Holmes, pilot. Today, December the 18th.
Which year?
1953.
Oh boy!
Then how do we get back?
You don't. According to history, your plane never returned. I'm sorry.
What's going to happen to us?
What happened to everyone else? Our families.
Oh, don't ask that. Oh my god, she's crying. Girl, don't fuck off. My makeup!
We'll try again tomorrow. Right now you need to get some sleep.
Oh my god.
Boyfriend?
Not really.
Owen.
Never stayed in one place long enough.
Oh, he was genuinely just that. Okay. I was so skeptical. I was like, oh, and now is not the time to hit on her.
She'll know I'm missing by now. Emma, she found out in 1953.
Emma's not dealing with this well. I think I would just feel really bad for my family members.
For the authorities.
Like, that they never got closure.
For you, but for now, we can fake references.
You can't take away our names. For God's sake, man, it's all we've got left. It's my son's name. The name
Oh.
above my shop.
Oh. Oh, okay. Alright. Oof. My feels are getting feely right now.
You're right.
Oh, is Yanto showing them around? That's the perfect person. The perfect person. Oh, oh girl. Oh, she's going to town. You might want some like actual something with new.
You'll ruin your teeth.
What does that mean?
You know a man called Alan Ellis? He used to live here.
No. Sorry, mate.
Can I take her up?
No. You could get arrested. You haven't got a license.
But I... Bugger.
I guess I'm just another pig-headed man telling you what...
Owen!
Well, you better make it up to me.
Don't tell
I
him
want to
that.
learn all about this new world.
My boy was on his knees, punching the air. The FA Cup final live in my own living room. How did you end up here? Doing whatever it is that you do.
It's a long story.
I'm a slow drinker. What did you fall through time to?
Yeah. You could say that.
I was gonna say this must be kind of like intriguing, or I don't really know the word. Comfort. I don't know the word, but for Jack.
My parents are dead, so I came down here to start afresh.
Oh,
Are you close to them?
Oh, sweetheart.
Yes.
Ah. Uh-oh.
Must have been an awful
She's gonna get really drunk and cry.
I just want to know what kind of...
Everybody's favorite pastime.
Oh, come on. I wasn't born yesterday.
No. But for a bird who's going on 90, you look pretty hot.
Owen!
I'm telling you, boys!
What do you think you're playing at?
Oh!
Where'd you want
Honey,
to go now?
oh my god, she's gonna break. Whoa! Whoa. My poor girl.
Why should I listen to you, Emma? Only my dad gets to talk to me like that.
Oh.
I'm never going to see him again, am I? Or my best friend. Or my dog.
Ah.
And I miss them.
Okay. I think everybody needs to take a deep breath.
I'm glad you haven't got a girlfriend.
Oh, why?
I take it that it wasn't your first time. We could be fuck buddies.
But
What's a fat buddy?
It's
oh my god. Owen.
it's a friend that you have casual sex with.
It's the next best thing to flying.
I mean, good for them. Okay, well, I can't show that. There's a naked man on my screen.
Emma is my auntie's stepdaughter. I thought maybe she could stay with us.
She doesn't tell him that somebody's in their house?
For Christmas?
The thing is, he doesn't know exactly what I do.
Oh, this is gonna get messy, Gwen. Gwen?
The complete strangers. I had to take her in. Darren didn't even come home last night.
Though I'm not sure how much help he'll be to you.
Don't make me cry. Fuck this.
What's wrong with him?
Alzheimer's.
No.
You see, Niall? He doesn't remember who he is most of the time. Zone, forget to dress, you know. He never had any children, so there was no one there to look after him.
When can I go home?
You're not well enough, love.
I don't like it here. They took my clothes.
I'll have a word. They're probably in the wash. Keeps me going, this one. Oh, I think he was a fireman.
That's what I did.
Oh.
In the war.
Ah. Fuck. Okay. Woo.
They've hardly changed.
Sorry, guys. That hit
Dreams
home.
of mine.
3 setups in 20 minutes.
Blackpool 1.
Yes. Oh. Alan, it's me, your dad. He remembered who won the FA Cup final when he was a boy.
He sometimes remembers snippets from his childhood.
When's Dad coming, Mum?
Oh,
I'm
fuck.
not your mum, love.
Alan.
Who are you?
I don't think she's even had a proper boy's protocol.
Gwen, stop the fuss, she'll be fine, man.
Gwen, you need to pay attention. No! No. See, this is gonna be bad.
Go back to your friend, there's a good boy.
Mum said that no man wants to marry soil goods. Attitudes have changed. It's nice and safe, and between 2 consenting adults, and no one cares. How many men have you done it with?
Oh.
A few. If I meet a boy and we get on and he wants sex, then you think I should let him? No, that's not what I said.
Nope. Nope.
What are you
Oh,
saying?
wait.
Sex is nothing to be ashamed of.
Hi.
Sex with him is better than with the others. Babe.
Oh! Gwen.
Open this.
Owen, are you being delightful? I don't know if I can handle you being delightful, okay?
Why aren't you taking me?
Maria. Bear with me.
Owen, what is happening? Uh-oh. What happened?
What's up?
She probably spilled some fucking beans or something.
Your mum ran.
Oh. Ooh.
So let's have it. Who exactly is Pollyanna? Oh, is it to do with work? What worries me is how easy it seems to be for you to lie to me, Gwen.
Woo!
Well, she's 18 years old. I couldn't turn my back on her.
Owen! Oh my god. He is flooring me right now. What? Okay.
And he is a fool to let you go out in it alone.
Okay. I have a wait. Why drape a tie around your neck if you're not gonna tie it? That's my,
Good life. So please be honest.
Oh, wait, what is happening? Oh. And we're back to this. He still hasn't tied his tie.
Good life.
I shouldn't be concerned about that, but
To be free and explore the unknown.
doesn't make sense to me.
My car keys are missing.
John was behind the counter earlier on, and I can't get hold of him. He's gone home.
Not good.
John?
Oh my god.
I was born in the future, lived in your past. My time is gone too. You can get work, make friends, start a family.
I did all that, Jack. Years ago.
And I'll suffer it all and smile and wag my tail. And then as soon as your back is turned, I'll make sure I do it properly. Because I want to die.
Who are you?
A man like you, out of his time.
Oh,
If you cope,
Jack.
if you want to help me, then let me go with some dignity.
Stop it.
Don't condemn me to live.
Oh my god.
I've slept with enough women. I've done the fuck buddies thing. This is not it.
Ooh.
I'm out of focus. How have you done this to me? I'm fucking scared.
Oh, Owen.
I love you too.
Whoa. Oh. Goodness. Oh my god, he's so holding this. Oh, that's too much. That's too much.
That rift will open again. I can feel it.
Listen to me. There is no way back. You cannot get home.
Then it will take me somewhere new.
Ah.
Merry Christmas. It's what I do.
What about me?
Whoa.
Please. Please.
Ah. Baby, don't cry. It's gonna be okay. I'm so sorry. Oh no.
Because when you take off together, it's the next best thing to fly.
Owen, I'm sorry. Okay, that one made me cry a lot. First things first, one of the things that I wanted to say about this episode is that I love the fact that there was no solution or, you know, like it was genuinely just three people who got caught out of time and how they coped with it, where they were in their various stages of life, and how, you know, they were able to move on from it. And there was no, let's get them back or let's figure out how to get, you know, like it was, this was the circumstance. I love that because it was just a deep look into these characters and who they are. And I feel like in a situation like that, if that ever happened to you, it really kind of shows you maybe who you are and what your history is and what your priorities are, you know, and everything like that. I deeply loved the connections that were made in this episode. I deeply loved kind of what came of it. and each of the people's stories, which I'll go into. But I just really deeply loved that it was sort of, you know, it took a look at, you know, how do you're just kind of, everything that you once knew is different. How do you move on? Can you adapt? Do you want to adapt? And all of that. So I'm gonna start with the younger girl first. What I think she was able to maybe adapt to this a little bit better because of the fact that she was young, which is so funny because at the beginning she was like the one that was having the hardest, I think, or outwardly showing that she was having the toughest time. You know, she really she was getting emotional and she was crying and but I think that it was genuinely like a grieving process for her. You know, she was very upset with the fact that she, you know, couldn't see her parents any longer, or, you know, her dog, or, you know, whatever. And she just, it was just such a tough, it was such a tough thing for her to kind of get through, but she was feeling it. You know what I mean? She was really feeling it. And I think because of the fact that she does have a bit of her life ahead of her that she can possibly, you know, kind of start anew. And it's probably something that her family would have wanted for her. Like I said, you know, I think that I would just be really upset that my family never got closure for me. I mean, I think that that's kind of, I know that they said that it was like assumed that the plane went down in the sea, but just even like not knowing, I would feel terrible that, you know, my parents would have to like think about that or whatever. And I truly kind of liked that we were kind of just seeing, her story was kind of seeing her kind of adapt to the new world. But in the end, choosing to adapt and choosing to change and choosing to kind of go to London and try to make the best, you know, and it's something that she's going to have to do for herself. You know, it made sense that Gwen was kind of looking after her because Gwen has this sort of protective, nurturing, compassionate side to her that I don't think that she could have let this girl like go off on her own. And I believe that was probably actually pretty hard for Gwen at the end, to kind of just say, you know what, okay, why don't you go and figure this out and everything like that. I don't know, I quite loved that. The whole thing with Reese, ooh boy, I feel like by the end of the season, stuff's gonna come out maybe more than it did, like, but also like I think there's a lot of stuff that is getting planted by Gwen's having a very, very hard time with leading two different lives. I don't think she particularly likes that. I don't think she particularly likes the secrets and having it be separated. When it gets kind of mixed up like it did in this episode, things get kind of messy. Things get a little complicated, or whatever you want to call it. But I did really kind of like the idea that but I like that they're exploring her struggle with it. And I feel like at some point she's going to have to make a choice for her own mental sanity. You know, like this might be just driving her absolutely crazy. Or Reese might make the choice for her. Who knows? I think he's I don't blame him for being upset. And I think that it's kind of, it's going to be interesting to see that kind of play out, because I think that she's really, I mean, it's come up so often that she's having a hard time with how secretive Torchwood is, and how that relates to her actual life. And I think she kind of wants both. She wants this relationship and this happiness and this stability, and then she also has this, like, you know, need for this wonderful once in a lifetime kind of adventure that she has with Torchwood, but they don't really work well together. And I don't know if that's something of just being more honest with Reese, or, you know, or what is going to solve that for her. But I did like that they even kind of expanded that a little bit in this episode. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into kind of Owen's storyline. I felt really bad for Owen by the end of this episode. I mean, like, I felt bad. You can obviously tell, you know, watching this show, and that Owen prefers casual relationships and not getting committed, not having a connection in a very deep level. I think he cares for his friends. I am not somebody who thinks that Owen does not have any kind of heart or anything like that. I think we've seen on various occasions that he actually does have a pretty big heart. And it's wrapped in this, like, kind of like snarky ass exterior. But, like, I think he cares for people. I think he loves people. But that, like, deep, loving, romantic connection is something that maybe he has a hard time feeling. And I really felt it when he was talking about the fact that he's like, I can't focus. And in that moment, when he was talking about that, I thought he was going to say, like, and I need to focus, you know, for my job, for people's sake, and stuff like that. Like, I thought he was going to break it off. I think there's a certain, but I think after a while, I kind of realized it was a little more in the sense of, like, he's scared of it because it's a feeling that he's never felt before. And I think he is a person who likes to keep people at, like, an arm's length in general, and doesn't really want them to see, he doesn't ever want to be vulnerable. I don't think. This is just my own, like, kind of analysis of his character, and I could be wrong. And again, you guys have seen a lot more than I have, but I think there's a certain amount of, very, like, his kind of, snippy comments that he has, and making jokes and stuff like that seems, it could be kind of like a defense mechanism of just, it could just be how he is, but of really not wanting people to sort of see that vulnerable side to him. And for whatever reason, this woman really got that side out of him. And he fell pretty quickly. I mean, it was so funny because I just, like, seeing him tie aside. Why are you gonna drape a tie around your neck and not tie? But I don't get it. Okay. But the romance that he puts this night together, that is just so sweet and romantic, and it's like somebody who's courting somebody, and it's got me all up in my feels. Let me just say, I mean, whew, Lord. But it was probably something that is a very rare thing for him to do. And if he ever did do something like that in the past, it might be to get somewhere with Seb, not to call him a dog, but, or you know, okay, let's not use my favorite animal in vain like that, but you know what I mean. But I just, I think that it was genuine. I think it was from the heart. I think he wanted to do something nice for her. And I just really liked that we kind of see the side of him. And I just really loved the whole progression with it. You know, even in the beginning I was kind of like saying like, oh my god, he's gonna hit on her, oh Lord, what is the, oh come on, Owen, and whatever. But it as the episode goes on, there's just this kind of very authentic feelings that he has for her. For somebody who has as many kind of defenses up or walls up, or, you know, likes to keep things very surface and casual and not deep, I think, you know, seeing him in the end, I just felt so bad for him, because it just makes me a little like nervous for his like relationships in the future. If he has any romantic, I don't know where this show's going, but if he has any romantic relationships in the future, it might be kind of tough for him to open up. And, you know, I think he understood, obviously her need to go and fly and figure it out. And like, I really liked that portion of the episode too, because I think, that's just kind of who she is, and her nature is not going to change just because she's in another time. And she's not, you know, she said she didn't really listen to a ton of people before. Why should she start now? You know what I mean? I mean, like, I get it. And I really loved that part of the episode, and I felt happy for her, but very bad for him. If he opens up in that sense to her, and it just sort of, you know, doesn't pan out. You know, it's like he took the leap of kind of admitting his feelings, which is something that I think is very, very difficult for him to do. And then it just, you know, for that to not really stay, and for her to go, as much as he probably understands, that's got to be pretty heartbreaking for him. And I'm just concerned he's going to be even more of an asshole. Let's be honest. Okay. And going on to the final character that the man, I'm forgetting his name, but that one like got me. And what I really loved about this episode is they gave I think Jack just such a great storyline with this man. And I adored. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It was emotional. I felt it. What's kind of interesting is I feel like a lot of the episodes in the beginning of this season have really been, deservedly so, have really been about fleshing out all of the other team members and not necessarily Jack. There's been stuff. I mean, obviously the like fairies one, I feel like was kind of very focused on him, but in general, a lot of kind of the bigger moments were going to the other characters because they need to establish the other characters as people and as people that you care about, and flawed people, and you know, whatever it is. I think that it was just like, I really liked the focus and the emotion attached to Jack in this episode, because he's normally has this sort of charm and happy air to him and stuff, even though, you know, like he's been through some shit. Like it's got to be so hard for him to like even cope with half of this shit, and we got a glimpse into that, and I adore. I can't even say how much I adored this. Just having you know, kind of moments with this man, and it's rare that Jack can ever like empathize with somebody or can really relate, really understand what somebody's going through, or you know, or somebody can understand him, you know. It's just like very rare for him, and I adored the relationship that was built. Yeah, I lost it during the scene where that man went to go see his son. I've talked about this on my channel like quite a few times before, but I have history with a lot of people getting Alzheimer's specifically, but one of the biggest was my grandfather. And that scene was a little too real too, and it's weird because the actor that was playing the son kind of looked like my grandfather, so I was just not. So I was like, don't worry, I'm gonna talk. Just give me a second. Okay. So that just, you know. I have to film another episode after this. Makeup, get your shit together. It's my, I'm just gonna open up about this a little bit, so if that makes you uncomfortable, skip this part. My grandfather was, he got diagnosed kind of early on, and it was like a long, I guess, journey, or whatever you want to call it, sickness. It was a long time. It was over 10 years that we kind of had to see him gradually lose stuff, and I mean, by the end he wasn't even talking, like it wasn't even a thing, and it was just, they got a lot right with that scene, at least in my experience, of dealing with people. And like after my grandfather died, I did some work with people for and helped caretakers out a lot with stuff like that. Anyway, but you know, they remember random things. It's like, it's very, and a lot of times early on in their life, but not always. And they may not remember you, but they'll remember like a random, my grandfather, one of the things that he held on to for the longest time was like his favorite movie. Sorry. And so he would always bring up like the characters in the movie and stuff, and it was, you know, but like he would forget us, so that's hard for people to kind of understand. But I think if you have experience with the disease, and you kind of understand that anyway. But it was just kind of when the son remembered the game, but not necessarily, I just, that really hit me hard. Ooh. So it was just, that scene was kind of just particularly hard for me because it just, yeah. Okay. And it was just like it was just a very significant part of my life growing up, and it shaped a lot of you know, I still to this day, you know, do events and charity work for Alzheimer's research and all of that. So it's just really that just really hit me hard. So and I think that okay, going on for the rest of the scene, because like, and then the final scene with this guy and Jack was just so it was like so sad, but also like so heartwarming in a sense. And if you know, you found the right person and built a family and did all of that, and then somebody says, no, you just got to move on and just not like, you know, I think it is realistic that maybe somebody doesn't really want to do that, you know. And that was really that was really like, I don't know, I just really understood it. Okay. Even though, like, I guess it's never good to think of taking your life as a good thing or anything like that, but like, I got it. Understood where he was coming from. And the fact that like he said that he was scared and then Jack held his hand, that was tough. I mean, that was like, it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And it just like, it's like Jack needed to be there for the one person who kind of really related to him in that sense. And like, it just kind of shows you what kind of person Jack is. And it was just really beautiful. Oh my God, I'm crying too much. Oh, okay. Fuck off, Torchwood. Like, I was not expecting this to happen like this for these episodes. Like, I just wasn't. Like, this one got to be bad. Okay. I'm just crying a lot. Alright, I'm gonna stop and fix my makeup so I can watch the next episode. But I hope that you guys enjoyed the tears today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.